Guys, Kev here, and I want to do something a little different today. So I do a lot of desktop close-in, pocket knife style videos, reviews. You can see the contrast here. Oh, like, how far is the table? I'm looking through the camera. And I've gotten all of these hatchets, tomahawks, well, tomahawks mostly, swords, sort of small swords, machetes, that kind of stuff, whether it was for review or I bought it for myself to review and keep. And, you know, I obviously was living in a row home before, in the corner of a bedroom. That was my studio, that was my office, that was my everything. So I didn't really have the opportunity to spread things out like this, talk about it, and I didn't have the opportunity to really test any of this stuff. Now, I haven't actually tested any of these things as of yet. I'm planning to do that. So whether I fit it into this video or it comes in the future, I do plan to get some, I don't know, firewood, some cardboard, some stuff. I have some trees on the property, and maybe hack away a little bit and kind of feel these out and actually use them and give you some of that feedback, and not just, you know, specs, aesthetics, ergos, price. That's the kind of stuff I can give you now. Okay, so I just want to put that out there so you guys know what you're getting into when you watch this video. I have 6 items here, okay? I specifically have kept these and brought these to the new house. I get a lot of fixed blades. Not a lot, but I get some fixed blades in. Like I have this Kaiser in right now. It just came in. But this is a little different. These are longer type, you know, outdoor stuff. This is 2, but, you know, you can see the difference. This I cannot get out of the sheath, by the way. If you saw the unboxing, you'll know I just can't get it out of there. I have to actually pry the sides to get it out. And I don't think it's because I'm weak. I think it's because the sheath is just way too tight. One other item I have in right now is something a little more tactical, and is a fixed blade. And this is from Dirk Pinkerton. This is the variable Warren Cliff. And this thing is fantastic. So if you're looking for sort of self-defense, which is what I think this is for, style fixed blades, check out my unboxing on this. And I'll probably do a full review as well, because I really like this product. It feels really good in the hand. Whether, you know, you're like me and you're not really a tactical person, I can still appreciate when something does something extremely well, and this does that. And then on top of that, it's gorgeous with that weave carbon fiber. Let me get this back in there. So I really like this piece as well. But let's get into these. And the main reason I want to do this video is all of these are made overseas. So not a single one of these is made in the United States, okay? And that's going to be an important distinction as we go here because of the price points. Now, you can tell and you can feel some quality differences between them. So you do see some of that price difference, but I don't know. Some of it's a little bit, I think, steep if you compare them. When I reviewed this Hoback PS2X, I hadn't handled really anything else on the market other than a custom hatchet that I have. It's a tomahawk, but it's very heavy for a tomahawk, so it's basically a hatchet. But that sits in my truck. That's a Ryan Pearson custom. I'll have to do another video on that sometime, but I do have a video on it. I'll try to link it somewhere during the video. I love that thing. It's just it's just a little heavy for one-handed use, where that's what this thing shines at. But I hadn't handled anything else like this. This is from O Knife. Obuy sent me this to review, and this is the Otical A1, I believe. And, you know, there's a substantial difference between these two that we'll get into. And then if we're talking about machetes, this is a hoe back here. All right. And I did buy all the hoe backs. I did buy. They did give me they gave me a discount on them because I was going to review them, which I did. But I did pay for them. So just want to put that out there. The other three, I did not. They were sent to me for review. This is really cool. This is, I believe, called the Path or the Way machete from Hoback. And I need to use it because, and I plan to, now that I actually have some pine trees running along the back of my property that have some overgrowth. They kind of get in the way when I try to mow down the lane between the fence and the trees. So I'm going to go back there, probably mostly with my Sawzall, hacksaw with a pruning blade, but I might take this guy out there and just give her some wax, because I think that it would be a good way to test this. And I don't know if I'll get that on camera or just, relay how it feels, because I really want to feel the ergonomics in action, because it's a little bit odd for me in hand. It's small, right? Isn't it kind of interesting how small the grip is for such a long blade? You'd think you'd be able to get, I'm just trying to be careful here. You'd be able to wrap up and get another hand down here so that you could two-hand stuff if you needed to. But I can really only get, 2 fingers? Yeah, 2 fingers on that second hand. And I can't ride up any further because I'm going to go up into the sharpening choil, and then I'm going to cut myself. I'm going to be on the edge there. All of the Hobacks, the machete and the Quaichetti are in, oh no, they're all in different steels. I apologize. This is in 14C 28N. And again, this is made overseas for Hoback. And it's such a long blade. It has flex in it, but it's not like ultra thin. I mean, we can measure the stock here. Let me grab a calipers. So we're looking at 0.085, 2.1 millimeters. So it is definitely thin stock. I wouldn't say it's like stupid thin, but I mean, technically, if we compare it to that knife I just had out, this is probably going to be around 3.5. Oh, let me get that back on there. 2.8. So I'm guessing that's 3 millimeter stock. So I take back what I said. It is pretty stupid thin, but I'm guessing that's normal for a machete. But anyway, there's the Way or the Path machete from Hoback, and I just find these finger grooves interesting. Nothing really grabs my hand and goes, oh, that's perfect. This is close, but I do feel these two kind of squeezing together a little bit. So I really want to whack some shit with it and just see how that feels, because it's a little blocky, but it has those grooves. It's got this really comfortable black micarta, and so I'm expecting it in action to really be comfortable compared to other stuff, but we shall see. One thing I really don't like about this product is the sheath. They actually had to send me this sheath as a second sheath, because my first one actually busted through and the blade was coming out of the front. And you can see this is the replacement. And I haven't used this. I mean, this has been sitting in a plastic storage container for a couple months now. Now the blade's not coming out, but when I took it out of the package, when they shipped it to me, the tip was actually busting out the front, and that's why they sent me a new sheath. But this is, supposed to be used as, you could put this on your belt, and this is going to be your sheath. So you'd want to be, pretty sure that tip doesn't come out of there, right? Now, let's talk about this one here. I'll briefly hit these, and then we'll go down the line. We'll talk about price, and then I'll do some of the comparison stuff I wanted to do. I apologize, I'm a little all over the place, but I just have a lot of thoughts, and I thought I'd do these all in one. I do have links for all of these I will put down below. If you use the links, it does help the channel. The Hobacks, they have them at Blade HQ, and I have an affiliate link there. So I figured I'd throw that link down. Obuy, obviously I have an affiliate link with Obuy. You can use the code LeftyEDC there, and you'll get 10% off of any non-sale items on that website. They have some cool outdoor stuff. And then these are from Odin Wolf. These are the ones I'm most excited to show you. That's why I'm kind of holding off on these. I also have a link to Odin Wolf, and I believe a discount code Lefty10, where you can save 10%, and you're not going to believe the prices on these, and that's the main reason I wanted to do this video. The price to quality ratio is pretty insane on this table when it comes to what's over on this side. First, there's one other item that I wanted to show you that these guys sent me, and I will do that when we get down to that end of the table. So this one is the Machete. So this is from Hoback as well, and it has that little strap there. And then this is in, I don't know why I undid it, but this is in a Kydex sheath. And it comes out of there, and it's essentially a machete style or size version of Jake's Quayback design, which I think is really sweet. This is the one that started it all for me when it comes to these Hobacks. I kind of started collecting the arsenal of like outdoor weapons or tools because of this one. I was sent one of these about a year ago for Knives Live 2022. I was doing the prizes for that, and this got sent in. I believe Casey over at Knives Fast facilitated that, and Hoback donated one to the giveaway prizes for Knives Live 2022, which was very kind of Hoback. And I just was like, damn, this forgives everything. This is the redemption machete. And so I hit them up, and I was like, hey, I'm trying to get one of these, you know. Would you be able to sell me one or send me one for review? And they were like, yeah, we'll give you a discount on it. And I was like, sweet. So I bought this. It's in 154 cm. So 154 cm. This is the Machete. It's a black stonewash, really sharp. And then it has this really nicely done G10. It almost has like a wood or micarta look to it. But I'm pretty positive that it's G10. And I like this one because it has this nice choil right here, and you can get a really good grip there. And this one, unlike that other machete, feels really good in the hand, but I'm not quite sure you would actually use this like this as a machete for chopping and such. I think it's really meant to be a sort of self-defense small sword, you know, like it's a Machete. It's a small sort of katana style blade to me. It kind of gives me that Japanese samurai feel to it. So this one's kind of a novelty to me, and I was fine with that. I just thought it was so cool, and I just wanted to have one. You know, I was thinking at some point maybe I can hang some of these up on the walls in my new office. You know, I'm still thinking about it. I'm just trying to be careful. I have a 3-year-old, and yeah, I don't know. I just think about her growing up and worry. I'm going to have to worry about that stuff. So I haven't done it yet. But this thing is just gorgeous and fantastic. And it's very, very cool. So that's the Machete. Let me get these out of the sheaths so you guys can see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about it. Would probably be nice, huh? So this one has a couple of straps on there. And again, this is the Otical A1. Couple of straps, and then I believe you're just going to, should just pull out from the back, I would think. So she said, yeah. Just slides out. So you slide this portion up. And then this one, no. There. Okay. So you slide from here down so you can get that hammer side in. And then it kind of just pops into place. and then you can use the straps however you like. I think I twisted them, so it goes up and over like that. And then this one, I don't think that makes sense. Nope, I twisted it. There you go. So now it's not coming out or anything. So if you don't do that like an idiot, you could just pull it out. Okay. Can't you tell this has been sitting in my plastic organizer thing for months? So this thing's cool because it has this hole up here that you can stick your finger through. It has sort of a choil up here. If you wanted to do some kind of detailed stuff, you could do that pretty easily with that. There may be other uses for this, like you could stick it through a spike. I don't know. But that choil is really nice up here by the beard. It's got a good edge on it. Not sure what the steel is. My guess would be like D2. You can remove this hammer back. And I guess that would lighten everything up. Maybe you could also get replacements. I'm not sure. My biggest gripe with any of these tomahawks or multi-tools or whatever that come with a hammer on the back is that I just worry that I would stab myself in the face, just like, and trying to hammer, or I would come down on my back swinging around. So I just don't like that idea. I like the ones with spikes. Because that's just kind of like, shit, last ditch, I'm going to need something. I'm hitting a zombie with a spike, right? I'm not too worried about stabbing myself at that point. But this feels more like a tool that I'm going to actually use. And then I'm like, ooh, I don't know. I don't like that facing me. I guess I didn't think about this. Let me backtrack just a second. This is why we use stuff, huh? So I could be a smarty pants, leave it in the sheath. There you go. And now you could hammer on stuff and not have to worry too much about stabbing yourself, slicing your face off. So there's a moron's take on that. The other thing I don't like on this guy is the pry end on here. It's got this little nail puller and sort of pry. You could even, kind of chisel with it if you wanted to bash some stuff. But it's sharp kind of on the ends, and it kind of makes wielding it otherwise uncomfortable because you can kind of hit yourself here when you're moving around. I just don't like having that sharp end here. I think it is a useful tool to have on here, but then again, how much prying are you going to do with this? I mean, I don't know. If you needed the hammer to bash this in to pry or pop something, you don't have it, obviously. I don't know. It just seems like a little bit of a gimmick on the end of here, but it is pretty cool. I get it, but I also don't. So that's the Otical A1. And I'm going to give you the prices on these real quick here. So I have my laptop out. So on that Otical A1, you're looking at $67.99, and now you can use my code. You should be able to Lefty10 on that, and that would probably knock another $6.79 off of there for you. This one shown here is in orange. I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm only seeing orange available. I did see a couple other things, like they had this with a knife. It's kind of a bundle. That was $115. They have the Otical A1 multifunctional hatchet. Okay, so here's, I guess, a different color. I don't know why the price is different, but you can see that's pretty much the one we have. This one's sort of coyote, but I'm sure they'll have the other color. Yep, they'll have the tan and then the OD green like we have. And again, that's $71.99. And you can add that to cart right now, which is pretty cool. And it is in 50 CR 15 MOV. 50 CR 15 MOV. I'm going to link this page down below so you can check it out yourself. The Machetes here. Let me go back. The Machetes, which is this one down here, the really cool one, is $450 on Blade HQ's website. So that's their Well, let me just check, because this says camo something on it. I think this might be a limited edition sort of look on the blade. So let me just check. See how it says red Sure Touch? Is there a regular one? Hold on a second. Just search it and then go through. Yeah, these all have some kind of camo pattern on them. Okay, so here it is. It's out of stock currently, so I'll see if I can find it anywhere else. It's red Sure Touch, I guess they're calling it. I swear they just called it G10 when I bought it. But it says G10 rubber for the handle material. But anyway, it was $3.95. I thought $4.50 seemed a little high. $3.95 still seems a little high, obviously. But it is extremely cool. You know, everybody's still, you know, when you see Hoback prices, you get sticker shock. It's kind of like they have USA made prices, but they're not made in the US. Everybody knows that now. So I get it. Those are the prices they set to be able to run a company, you know, wherever it's made, it doesn't matter. Right. And to me, the quality feels remarkable. It is extremely well made. So, you know, it's your call on if you're going to spend it. I didn't spend that. I think I spent around $200, $250, something like that. And I would 100% spend it again. It is that cool. So, you know, it comes down to that for you guys, but I love this thing. This is one of my favorite products that I bought last year. All right, so the machete here is $175. He has one called the Path and another one called the Way, and it's really hard to tell the difference. So I'm going with the Way here. But now that I look at the tip, it looks a little different. That one looks more like a cleaver. So let's go with the Path. See what we come up with. So this also looks like it has that, maybe it's just cutting off in the picture, you know. Oops. The Way, let's just see. So this one has the black micarta, which is what I have. So I'm thinking maybe that picture just cuts off. Oh, wait, here we go. So this looks more like what I have right here, because you can see that tip right there, black micarta. AEBL though, which is not correct. I have 14C. So let's see. This is fun, isn't it? These are 175, 14C, 28N. So I'm guessing it's just the picture that's throwing it off for us right now. There it is. Yeah, you can see that. So these are 175 on Blade HQ. So, you know, that's something that I wonder about. This is obviously micarta. This is that, you know, nicer G10 and rubber combination or whatever. This one's 154 cm and this one is 14C 28N. So those are not worlds different in terms of knife steel. I mean, they're not like Vanex and D2 or something. So, you know, 175 here, that kind of seems like it makes sense to me. 175 made overseas, you know, I can get behind that. It does have a kind of a shitty sheath, but you know, I think most people would be like, that should be like, you know, 120 or something. Sure. But you just got to understand, Hoback, they're just going to charge more because they're trying to run a company. Like, it's just how it is. That's just what their prices need to be to have them function. And whether you like it or not, whether you're going to spend it or not, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But this one being $395, again, I can kind of see why you'd be like, well, that should be, you know, 220 or something. I get it. Totally get it. But anyway, those are the prices on those. And then we'll jump over here to the PS2X. This is the one that I absolutely adore. So like I said, I saw that one and I was like, damn, that's cool. Well, a couple days later, I think it was my buddy Casey again, who was like, hey, check this thing out. And Hoback had sent him one of these to check out, and I was like, oh my freaking God. I am not really a hatchet, machete, tomahawk, whatever kind of guy, but I have to have this. Look at this thing. It looks like something straight out of Lord of the Rings. Obviously, it has the carbon fiber, but other than that, look at that freaking head on this thing. It's just absolutely stunning. Now, Casey did send his out for testing. I believe Scab over at Choir Boys Cutlery did test it, and I think he messed it up. I think he bent the head or something. I don't know what he was doing, but, you know, you'd think a tomahawk could hold up. He does abuse stuff, so I don't know what ended up happening there, but I do want to give this some wax on some wood or something. I don't want to really damage the edge or anything, because it's, to me, it's almost like a collector's piece, like something you want to hang on your mantle or something. Not really something you want to use unless you're in a situation. But the thing that I love about this, for people who do want to use it, is how lightweight it is. I think they list this at 17 ounces. That is astonishingly light. On Blade HQ, it says 1 pound, 3.9 ounces. So whatever that is, but I remember hearing 17 ounces, and man, just wild how lightweight that is. Actually, I have a scale. Let's take a look. So let's clear it, go back to 0 here. Okay, they have 1 pound, 3.9 ounces. I mean, that's pretty much dead on right there. I don't know if it would hit that. It's going to get a little heavier now, right? Yeah, okay. But that's with the sheath. Obviously, you don't, you know. But just for reference, here's that O knife. 1 pound, 10 ounces. So, and that's a much smaller, you know, tool right there. Let me put this back real quick. 1 second, guys. All right. So the weight of it just really caught me because, like I said, I have that custom tomahawk from Ryan Pearson, and I think it's amazing, but it's heavy. For me, it's really heavy. It's probably, you know, at least 3 pounds, something like that. So if I had to swing that or chuck it, it would be difficult. I wouldn't be doing it very long. This, I could probably throw this thing 100 times over and over and over and not even fatigue. It feels like nothing. Now, could that be part of the reason why when Scab tested it, it got a little dinged up, a little bent or broken or whatever happened? Go check out his video on that to get the deets. But that could be why, because they, you know, removed a lot of material, used thinner stock. The custom one I have is really thick, you know. This might not be a full tang. We'd have to take all these off and look underneath to find out, but it could be the tang comes down to here, and then there's, you know, it could also be a full tang. I think maybe it will tell us in the description here. Full tang, haft, covered in textured carbon fiber with blue and titanium bolts. Vacuum formed, bottom eject, black Kydex sheath, black DLC stonewash. Okay. So it is AEBL steel on this guy, and this one has sort of a gray finish. They call it a stonewash. You know how it goes. Some people call it stonewash, and it's like this deep, dark color. It's almost like a coating, but could just be a super long tumble, or the media they use is crazy. But you could choke up really nice, and this does have the spike on it I was talking about. Where if, you know, the zombies came, I'd be popping them left and right just because of how light this is, you know. My score count would be going up pretty quick. So I love this thing. it's just so slick. Now, let's look at the price. $389. So this is on sale, and it's actually less than the Machetes right now. This guy was, I believe, at least $450, maybe $500 the last time I looked. So, you know, Hoback's listening. They understand people don't like their prices, and, you know, they're letting people put them on sale. They've done their own big sales. So you got to give them credit for adjusting there. I know they kind of had to, but hey, you know. I love this thing. The texture on the carbon fiber, the blue screws on there, or pivots, whatever you want to call them. The super comfortable ergonomics. That blade is just gnarly looking. You know, and I think for my purposes, it would hold up just fine. But hey, I think we're going to test it. So that's the PS2X. Now, let's talk about Odin Wolf, okay? First up, let's talk about this guy. This is their little picnic knife, they call it. And it's literally just a little folding blade. It's got serrations right here. So you can cut some bread, spread some peanut butter, you know, do some stuff like that. It's got a very, you know, pretty flimsy plastic handle. It's got this liner lock that just shoots over to the other side. You got to two-hand it down, but it closes pretty securely. It's got kind of an easy open notch. Does pop open with some thaw tie. There's no up and down travel. It's very flexible, but there's no side to side. It's pretty cool. I mean, for what it is. Now, you guys take a guess down below how much you think these cost, okay? That's what I want you to do. If you don't know Odin Wolf, some of you have probably seen my previous video on this one. But don't spoil it for anybody. But if you haven't seen those and you don't know, take a guess. I'd love to hear you tell me what you think this costs. FRN, and here, I'll find out what the blade steel is. 420 steel. So it's 420 serrated steel and some kind of FRN on it. It comes in a bunch of colors. And yeah, I think this would be sick to throw in a backpack if you're camping, throw in your go bag, whatever, right? Just to have. I mean, this could be a great food preppy type of knife to have around. Especially for people who don't know knives, just hand it to them. They're not going to feel weird about it at all. It's just going to blend right in. So that's the picnic knife. Take your guess down below. The next one's a blade I've done a review on. This is the Sow Catcher, or I believe the Sow W or something like that. But it's the Sow Catcher, aka Soul Catcher. Odin Wolf is a German company. Their knives are made overseas, but they're a German company, which is cool. And I gotta say, the sheaths they provide with their knives are incredible. I mean, great little sheaths. Retention's good. You get the extra little strap to be safe. And, I mean, it just feels solid in there. There's no movement. I mean, maybe the slightest there, but you're not really feeling anything. Beautiful open slits all around. You got the extra little eyelets, so you could pretty much do whatever you want with this bad boy. You have the belt already set up for you, and out comes the Sow Catcher, the coolest thing that I probably saw in terms of non-folding knives last year. This thing just reminds me of Gladiator. I'm a big history buff. I know this is not a gladius. It's more of like a a Greek type short sword, but whatever. It just reminds me of Gladiator, or sure reminds me of like Achilles from the Trojan War or something like that. And it's just really sweet. It's got that spear point, I guess you would call it, double-edged. It's in D2. It's nice and sharp. It's got a little lanyard pin thing back here. Very comfortable FRN type handle. Injection molded handle. Just really nice, comfortable. And yeah, sure, I'm not sure exactly what you use this for, whether you use it like a machete or something like that, or camping, or I don't know, maybe it is meant just to be a self-defense knife, which is possible. But it is really sweet. Look at it. All right, so down below, take your guess how much this thing costs. I'll leave it out. And then the last one here is one they sent me. I haven't had a chance to review yet. I feel bad. But, you know, now I finally have the place, and I think I can do it. You know, I think I can do these type of reviews. We'll see. This is their machete. I think it's their W machete or Sal machete, something like that. This is in D2 again, injection molded handle. But look at this one. I can get two hands on this bad boy comfortably, right? And you actually have a shorter blade, much shorter blade than on the Way here. So they prioritized a long, thin blade that's flexible. They prioritize a nice, comfortable handle to be able to two-hand chop with this thing. So I don't know what's the right way. Maybe having both is good, you know. But I like that I can get this two-hand grip and really swing down, axe it if I needed to, in whatever situation that makes sense in. This actually has a sort of dual grind. If you look at the bevel here, the edge bevel, you can see it comes from here to here. And back here, it seems to be a much thinner edge. Apexes are really sharp. And then up here, it seems to be, see if I can get you a better angle on that. Seems to be a thicker style edge. See that? So that's pretty cool that they give you that sort of more precision style edge back here. So if you need to slice something delicate, cut paper, I don't know, whatever, you can use this really razor sharp thin edge. And then if you need to do some damage, you got this thicker edge at the front here. So that's cool. The handle is nice. I love the design there. You got some jimping up here. Just a really sweet knife. Got a nice thick handle, contour, just fills the hand really well, fills both hands really well, that's what she said. And this is one where it's comfortable back here. So if I wanted to back up to get some longer chopping cuts in, I can do that. But then if I want to choke up for some precision or smaller type chopping, like, you know, let's say I'm using this for, I don't know, food prep or something, I could do that. Jimping comes in handy there. It's just pretty versatile. I like it a lot. So take your guess down below what you think this one cost. And let's take a look at the sheath on this one again. Just a beautiful sheath. Nothing like crazy material-wise, just same injection molded, but you get a really good positive feel when you get in there. Clicks in. It's not coming out. It's not super rattly or anything, especially I'll lock it in with the strap. And I mean, it's not going anywhere, right? It's got the Velcro slash snap back there. And then again, it has all the eyelets and the extra little holes there for you. So very cool from Odin Wolf. Now, let's take a look at their prices, because that's what just makes me go, yeah. If I was looking for this kind of stuff and I wasn't a nut like I am, some kind of knife nut enthusiast, I wouldn't want to spend $400, right? I would be like, okay, this is $72. You know what I mean? I still get the hatchet. I got a little hammer back there. Maybe I can buy a spike instead. I don't know. And I'm good to go, right? I don't need to spend 400 bones on that. I don't need to spend 200 on a machete, right? So if you want to pick up that picnic knife right here, 14 bones, $14. Comes in an absolute shit ton of colors. If you're trying to pick something out for a friend or a family member that likes camping, I think this is a great little present. You know, you're not breaking the bank at all. You get them a couple. Shit, get them a set, you know. Get them all different colors or whatever. The quality is there. I mean, it's not like, again, it's not like some great folding knife. But for 15 bucks, this is going to be a good tool to have, right? And you can use Lefty 10 and you can save 10%. Now, let's talk about the sow catcher, okay? $54. 55 bucks. Okay, use Lefty 10, you're chopping another $5. It's a $50 freaking Greek sword. $50 for this little Greek sword right here. I mean, it feels solid as hell to me. Now, we can check, is it full tang? Reliable D2, safe transport, ergonomic TPE handle with textured surface, universal use, high impact power for tough applications. Don't know if it's a full tang. There might be some kind of information here. Let's see. Knife weight, 10.93 ounces. Honestly, it feels like it weighs like 6 ounces. Handle material, TPE, tactical style. So they don't tell you, so maybe it's not full tang. I don't know. It feels like it's pretty sturdy, but I obviously haven't put this through, you know, the tests. But you can always go through all of this information. There might be some more stuff in there about it being full tang or something. I know a lot of you guys care about that. But it's 50 bucks. And this machete, $90. Okay, this one's in D2 again, but this one's a lot thicker. It's a lot thicker there, sturdier feeling than that other one. So I think that's where the extra, you know, 40 bucks comes in, or 30 bucks comes in. But again, $90 for this really sweet looking machete right here in D2 steel. Again, all of these come in different colors. I don't know. I just like these. It is a little heavier. They don't have any product information, I guess. There it is, chopping some wood, D2 steel. Excellent for tough, demanding outdoor trips. Can be used for everyday tasks. Safe grip and transport. Do they talk about this extra edge? No, they don't. But there you go, guys. They have some other stuff on their website. Again, there's a link down below if you want to look. They have some hunting stuff, some tactical stuff, some outdoor stuff. And, you know, the prices are pretty damn good in my opinion. So there you go, guys. There's a look at some of these longer fixed blade, machete, hatchet, tomahawk, swords that I have. These are all things that I own. These have all been in my possession for a long time now. And yes, I don't have a ton of experience using them or any. But I've handled them a lot. I've looked at them a lot. I've done a little bit of research on them. And those are my findings, okay? I'm going to try to do another video where I actually use these. I don't know if I can do them all at once or if I'll, you know, do a couple at a time. If maybe I'll work it into some kind of shorts, or maybe, who knows, this weekend I'll go ham and I'll just chop a tree down and do all of them and add it to this video. Who knows what'll happen? But let me know what you guys think down below. Do you like seeing content on some different styles of knives and gear, or do you just prefer seeing the folding knives, pocket jewelry type stuff? Be curious to hear your thoughts on that. And again, the links are down there if you want to use them. You know, I can recommend, as far as, you know, my experience with them, again, as limited as it is in use, I really can recommend all of these. You know, I think they're all really cool. I think they're all useful tools. I think if you're looking for something that looks badass and, you know, you can have around the house in case, I think this PS2 axe is really hard to beat in that category. Along with this Quiechetti, just, man, they just have some wow factor to me. But if you're looking for something affordable, something you can use hard and not worry about, I think Odin Wolf really has you covered, and I think Obai also has you covered in that front. This is a absolutely solid piece of equipment. It is heavy as hell in the hand. It feels like it would take some real abuse. So there you go. I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.